Hello guys, it's the Sun Gaming and today I'm reacting to Young Mom Sells Her Soul for Her Dream Job by Dhar Mann Studios. Okay, let's begin.
Hey, cutie. Oh, packed and ready to head out?
Mom's making me a PB&J.
I want one.
Sorry, we only have enough bread for one.
Wait a second. For the first time, Dhar Mann is doing a story where a poor family is a full family instead of a single parent household? Wow, Dhar Mann, that's new. And by the way, guys, just so you know, this isn't sarcasm at all. Like, I'm being genuine here. This is the first time in a long time where Dhar Mann genuinely shows a poor family having both parents there and not a single parent. So honestly, I'll applaud him for that because I've been tired of that cliche that he made. Anyways, let's continue.
Hey, I know you don't want to hear this again, but if things are tight, you could save on bills if we move back in together, Rach.
Everything will work itself out once the job offers start coming in.
I thought.
Okay, so they're not together. Why do I always end up being wrong like this immediately? I always have terrible timing for some reason. But like still, at least the father is still present. Because in the other videos, the other parent is never present. But at least in this case he's present. I'll give him that, and he has a good relationship with his child. So I'll still give him that.
I thought you said you already got a few offers.
I have, but none of them have been right.
Isn't a job a job?
I graduated top of my class in law school. I worked hard and made sacrifices so I would have opportunities. I'm looking for the perfect firm, one where I can really make a name for myself.
Yeah, I honestly understand that. Look, like seriously, you're having a hard time supporting your child, and yet you're like, oh, I want to wait until I get the perfect form, whatever. Like, are you being serious right now? Are you genuinely being serious? Like, just so you know, this isn't the right time to do this. Maybe when you're like more stable, you can think about that. But like, for now, you just need money right now. The fact that you can't even afford much bread just shows that you need to look for any job right now. It doesn't matter if it's the perfect form or whatever. Think about that when you're more stable. Anyway, let's continue.
I just don't like seeing you and Melissa struggle like this.
Yeah, me neither. It's only temporary. I just don't want Melissa to grow up poor like I did.
So I have to ask, like, what's the story? Why is she and her daughter like living alone? Because like here's the thing, like it doesn't seem like this guy's done anything wrong, and he even wants them to move back in, and he's kind of all that. So what happened? Like you know what? Might as well wait so that I get the
Hello,
answers.
yes, this is Rachel.
Okay, Rachel.
Yeah, really? Yes, of course. 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll be there. Thank you so much. That was Bishop Good and Parker, one of the most prestigious law firms in the country, and they want to interview me.
Yay, Mom.
That's amazing.
They're renowned for winning some very high-profile cases and almost as well known for being an incredibly small, tight-knit group made up entirely of women. Getting an interview with them is almost unheard of. Oh my gosh. I need to get my hair done before the interview and familiarize myself with their case history. Shoot. Do you think you can take it for the whole weekend? Please, I really have to get started on
But you never spend time with me.
Sweetie, I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. First was the LSATs, then the exams, then the bar. But don't worry. Soon, Mom will be making a lot of money. And then I can buy you whatever you want.
I don't want anything.
Honestly, the fact that she's even saying this is honestly weird. Like, how many times are we gonna say this? Money can't replace attention. Like, we have learned this so many times that it becomes annoying when it's repeated. You know what? Not more to elaborate. Like, it's that much. It's her that much. So much I don't need to say more.
I just want you.
Hey, how about I take you to get ice cream?
Thank you.
Mom, what about my nature badge for brownies? We're supposed to go on a hike tomorrow. If you don't take me, I'll be the only one without that badge.
I know, and I promise I will take you sometime next week. Does that sound nice?
Let me guess, she's the type of person to always make a promise, but then something happens that makes her not fulfill that promise, doesn't she?
Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound nice?
Please stop, Mom.
Alright, come here. I love you so much.
I love you too.
Wow, I really didn't expect to interview with the three named partners.
Well, we weren't expecting such an incredible candidate come before us. We're quite impressed with you, Rachel.
Very impressed, indeed. Top of the class, editor of the law review, young. You check all our boxes.
The only thing we don't know about you, Rachel, is why do you want to work for BGP?
Because BGP is one of the most prestigious law firms in the country. The three of you paved the way for women like me. You take on big cases and you always win. And I love to win. Plus, to be frank, the compensation package you mentioned would change my life and do wonders for my family.
That was an impressive answer.
Okay. That British accent is showing, but like, anyway, like, I have to ask. Is she actually saying this from the heart, or did she learn it by a script or something? Because I honestly am confused which one it is. You know what? What even matters? Whether it's a script or it's from the heart, nothing will change. Why am I asking this?
We would love to bring you on as an associate.
I'm honored, especially because your firm has a reputation for being so small and close-knit. I heard you never hire anyone new.
Oh, that was overblown. In fact, we just hired our new associate last year. Ah, there she is.
Mary, meet our new associate, Rachel.
Welcome to the team.
Why don't you show Rachel around the office?
I'd be happy to.
Wow, this place is amazing.
We like the finer things. The partners always say, what's the point of winning if you can't enjoy the spoils? Is that Michael Kors?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, this is our research room. Oh, that happens every so often. We may be a top law firm, but
The atmosphere is showing. What the heck? Her voice and the atmosphere really sells the whole creepy vibe.
we still need new wiring.
Okay, why is it that a little suspicious for her? Like, a little suspicious for her? Like, you're telling me that you're the most prestigious law firm and you were in so many high, I guess, profile cases, I guess? But you don't have the new wiring? And you're still gonna get it? You're telling me this happens every so often, so it's not a new thing. So how the heck do you not have new wiring if you're supposed to be the most prestigious law firm or whatever? Anyway.
Come on, I'll show you to your desk.
I'd like to say congratulations to Rachel on her new job. We're all very proud of you.
Cheers.
Cheers, Mommy.
Thank you, everybody.
BGP, I'm just a little surprised. I mean, you graduated top of our class. You could have picked any firm in town.
What do you have against BGP?
I mean, sure, they're successful and well-known, but their reputation is just a little sketchy.
Well, what law firm hasn't gotten their hands a little dirty every once in a while?
BGP more than most. Remember that movie star who clearly killed his wife a few years back? They got him off.
He could have been innocent.
They found the glove in his car and the murder weapon. Not to mention the corrupt senator who stole millions from her own campaign. And the bank robbers who robbed...
Okay, Anna, what's your point?
I'm sorry, how the heck would that even be possible? You're telling me they found all the evidence that the man killed his wife, and yet BGP somehow got him off? Unless they bribed the judge. Unless they bribed the judge or the jury, how the heck would that be possible? Like, all the evidence is presented. What evidence did they present? I sound like I'm much into a lot to know. Here.
I thought this was supposed to be a celebratory dinner, not some moral lecture.
I'm sorry, I'm just concerned if you know what you're getting yourself into.
Well, thank you for the concern, but I know what I'm doing. Plus, with the new pay that I'll be making, I won't
Maybe
have
you
to...
should think about what Anna's saying, Rach. You're a good person. And if there's a pattern at this place of working with wealthy but pretty sketchy clients, maybe that isn't for you.
Guys, this is an incredible opportunity. I can't just turn it down. Not only is it a chance to be mentored by 3 brilliant women, the pay is life-changing. It'll afford me the life I've always wanted for me and Melissa.
I heard they work their lawyers like crazy. And they expect them to work 60 hours a week?
70. That's what they said in my interview.
70 hours a week? If you count weekends, because I want to make the math easier, okay? That's 10 hours per day. So, like, genuinely, what the heck? Like, how the heck would 70 hours be even possible? Like, genuinely, unless she's working like half the day and then returns asleep, how would that be possible? Like, remember, those 10 hours are if I included weekends in the week, not without the weekends. Like, okay, so without the weekends, we have 5 days, so 30. No, you know what? Why am I even doing math? I'm not wasting your guys' time. Why do I even do math?
70 hours? With that kind of commitment, how do you plan on spending any time with Mel?
I will make time for my daughter. I always do. I will.
I have to ask her, I don't get confused. Like, is this guy her dad or not? Because I am really confused. Like, is he her dad? Is he her friend? I think he's her friend. Like, I said dad, but because, you know, of the context back then. But, like, the fact that she didn't count him in the life that she wants, I think it's more of because he's her friend rather than the dad. Because why wouldn't he be with them in this life if he's the child's dad? You know what I mean? I keep... You know what? Let's just continue.
Us with all the sacrifice. When we do spend time together, we'll be going for ice cream in my brand new Porsche.
We always talked about joining a firm together, helping the less fortunate with pro bono cases.
Gosh, Anna, not this again. I didn't work this hard just to stay broke. I want to be successful.
Okay, nobody said anything about being broke. Okay, you can still make a living, just without all the baggage. It's like that saying, true success isn't about how much money you make. It's about how many people you help.
Well, whoever came up with that saying was broke. Besides, I don't mind a little baggage. As long as it's a designer.
Ready to start your first case? Springfield has filed a class action suit against BioSquare, alleging their factory poisoned the town's water supply, resulting in multiple fatalities, hefty medical bills, and decreased quality of life.
Class action. I like the sound of that. Those people need all the help they can get.
Actually, we're representing the corporation.
Wait, what? We're defending the company that poisoned everybody?
Why, is that a problem?
I just wonder if we should be defending people like that.
First of all, not nearly as many people died as they allege. It was only like half that number, so don't worry.
Okay, but people did die, right?
Did I mention that the billable rate they're paying us is $1,000 an hour?
Okay, yeah, I will get started right away.
This woman is blinded my money way too much. Like, okay, you have to earn money. You're broke. I get that. But, like, really? And second of all, how are you gonna defend a corporation? Okay, didn't state that there was evidence that the allegations were real. It wasn't like it's more of allegations rather than evidence. There wasn't anything said about evidence, so maybe they could win. Because here's the thing, like the law isn't that simple. Like if there's evidence, the lawyer is done. It doesn't matter how good the lawyer is. The lawyer could be the best one in the country, but if there was way too much evidence, even the best lawyer can't win. Simple as that.
I have pored over every bit of evidence. All of the findings, statements, medical, toxicology, all of it points to guilt. The only thing tying it directly to the company is the testimony of the whistleblower. He says that the company knew what was happening and didn't stop it. After he testifies next week, our entire case is going to fall.
Wait, if it's only tied to the company by the whistleblower, then simple. Make sure to make it seem like it's wrong. Like that's the biggest thing that I forgot about, because if you guys don't know, I'm not much into law at all. So like yeah, if the only thing tying all of this evidence to the company is the whistleblower, then as soon as you get rid of that, the company's gonna win, because what's the proof that this evidence goes back to us? Like, you know what I mean?
And who is this whistleblower? So you're saying we're going to lose? BGP doesn't lose cases, Rachel.
Though I feel like I know what they're gonna do. They're gonna kill that man so that they win the case, huh?
Okay, well, the only shot we have is if, by some miracle, the whistleblower can't testify. Without him, the plaintiff has no case. And the judge would have to rule in our favor.
Thank you, Rachel. Sounds like you found a way to pull out a victory from the jaws of defeat.
No, Miss Bishop. Maybe you didn't understand what I said.
We understand perfectly. Great work, Rachel.
Okay.
I got my craftsmanship badge today.
What? You did?
Hey, you two! What are you doing here?
You haven't been returning our calls, and Melissa wanted to see you.
You missed our hike again, Mommy.
Oh my gosh, the hike. I'm so sorry. I've just been so busy with this.
Explain to me with a straight face. Is this guy her friend or the dad? Because I keep getting confused. Like, they keep giving us signs of both. Like, he's so close to Melissa that I wouldn't be surprised if he was her dad. But on the other hand, the fact that Rachel keeps talking about her dream life without him in the picture, it makes it seem like he's just a friend who happens to be there a lot. Like, I'm really confused. Tell me, is he the dad or a friend? Let's just continue.
This new case.
It's okay. Julie's mommy took me. She wanted to make sure I got this.
How about I make it up to you? Why don't we go have dinner?
Yay! Can we get ice cream too? If I finish all my food.
Of course, sweetheart. And we could take Mommy's brand new Porsche.
Can't we just take Daddy's car? What's the difference?
What's the difference? What's the difference? Only about $100,000.
Really? Like, Rachel, you forgot something important. Children don't know the difference between cars at that age. They just know this thing drives, this thing drives. Unless there are issues with the cars, they genuinely will not notice. Because they're in their minds, it's like this thing moves, this thing moves, they're the same. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's obviously a little more than that, but that's basically the gist of it.
Mommy drives a Porsche. Daddy drives a rust bucket.
Finally, you confirm that he's her dad. Finally, because I keep getting confused because of... Okay, so wait a second. If he's her dad, then why doesn't like Rachel and then why don't Rachel and Melissa live? If he's her dad, then why don't Rachel and Melissa live with him? And second, why is it that every time Rachel dreams of has her dream life, it has him out of the picture? Like, it's because of these hints that I keep saying he's a friend, because of the fact that why would she want to have him out of the picture if he's the dad? Especially because like he keeps interacting with his daughter and all that, and he's friendly with her, and the relationship is healthy. So what's the problem? Anyway, let's continue.
Okay. Won't Daddy's car still get us to where we need to go, though?
See, exactly what I meant. This moves. This gets our decision. This gets us to the destination. Same thing. Like what I literally said.
You're not leaving, are you, Rachel?
Miss Bishop, hi! This is Cole, and this is my daughter, Melissa. Everybody, this is Miss Bishop. She's the head of the firm.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, lovely. You didn't answer my question.
Yes, I was going to take Melissa out for dinner, but don't worry, I already put in my 70 hours this week.
70 hours is a normal week. When a case goes to trial with so much at stake, we expect much more.
I honestly just want to use a calculator to know how much time she's actually spending per day. Now, I don't think that in a case like this, she actually spends like the full 70 hours per day equally. It's more of, okay, maybe it's like, okay, like, 10 hours here, 13 hours there, you know what I mean? But like, genuinely, at this point, she's become... Can I say that word? You know what? I guess I can. I guess at this point, she's basically becoming a slave to the company. Like, 70 hours per week is already bad enough, but the fact that they expect much more, she might as well retire as soon as she has the money, because because she's pretty much a slave to them at that point. Anyway.
Gosh, what a witch.
Listen, guys, I actually have to get back to work.
But you said we were gonna get ice cream.
Soon, baby. I know. Mommy's just very busy right now.
You never have time for me.
Oh, Melissa, come. Melissa, don't be like that. Melissa!
Rachel, come on. Melissa misses you. You said we
Okay,
shouldn't-
once this case is over, I promise I will spend so much time with her.
Trust me. I know you're not gonna keep that. Like, trust me. Children learn. If a parent doesn't keep a promise, they're not gonna take the parent seriously anymore when they promise. I'm not gonna say that they're not gonna take... I'm not saying that they're not gonna take the parent seriously in general, but like, when the parent says, hey, by the way, don't worry, after I'm finished, I'll get you... I promise I'll get you ice cream. If they don't fulfill that promise and they keep repeating it, children will learn eventually. Yep. That parent doesn't keep their promise. When they promise, just don't take it for granted. Anyway,
But
let's
that's
continue.
just it. It's always been, once I graduate, once I pass, once I get hired, once this, once that.
The fact that she's been doing that even with her husband is honestly insane. Like, she has a really bad track record, doesn't she?
Can't you see? You're missing your daughter growing up.
Oh, come on, that's not fair.
Melissa also got her craftsmanship badge. She had to make jewelry. Julie's mom helped her get it.
What'd she make?
A necklace with crystal for you. Careful. Sharp.
Okay, like genuinely, Rachel should feel really bad right now. The fact that her young daughter is making memories with someone with like a woman that's not her mom is honestly like really saddening. Like, imagine most of your memories don't include your actual parents, or like at least don't include one of your parents. Like, imagine that. That's honestly really sad. And the fact that she's doing this to her kid is honestly really sad, and she should be very disappointed in herself. Let's just continue.
Look, I'm happy that you finally have the money and success that you've always wanted.
I want to ask how much time actually passed, because you know a Porsche is expensive. So how much time actually passed? Oh, they won't tell us. Okay, so
Just please, don't lose yourself in the process.
I won't.
Nobis, Fortuna, ut te colamus, da nobis, Fortuna, ut te colamus, da nobis, Fortuna, ut te colamus.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, didn't you hear? The whistleblower died last night of a heart attack. It's just like you said. Without him to connect the company to the evidence, the other side has nothing.
wait, they never actually thought of that. You're telling me they're the heads, and yet they never figured it out. The fact, like Rachel had to literally spell it out for them. Are you kidding me?
The partners already filed a motion to dismiss.
Wow, that's great. Poor guy. Thought he had a family.
Rachel, I almost forgot. I have your paycheck. And the next one will be higher after the bonus that you won for this one. Great work.
Looks like someone got some good price.
Yeah. Surprised to see you in this part of town.
Yeah, I stopped at the thrift store to pick up some clothes for a client of mine. She lives in this area.
You're not buying them clothes out of your own pocket, are you? Wow, pro bono and supplying clothing. You really are full service, Anna.
Well, there's more to life than money. Like I said, true success isn't about how much money you make.
It's about how many people you help. Yeah, I know, Anna. Says one holding a Michael Kors while I have a Chanel. Maybe if you saw my last paycheck, you'd change your mind about what true success really is. The next one will be even bigger if you didn't.
True success is you being successful while actually being present for your family.
Here, I won.
Didn't a witness die?
Of a heart attack, nothing I can do about that, but I'll take the win.
You're celebrating, though. I mean, the guy had 3 kids. Not to mention your guy's client poisoned.
It's a tragedy, obviously. I'm not celebrating. But, you know, I just... That's my tailor. My dress is ready to be picked up. Hello, this is Rachel.
That the family calling again.
That's very beautiful. Looks classic. Is it a family heirloom?
Yes. It's very old and delicate, but it's been in my family for hundreds of years. And that's actually why I wanted to talk with you, Rachel. You know, this job requires tremendous sacrifice and time. Two things that don't mix well with having a family.
I am fully committed to this firm, Miss Bishop, I assure you. Cole and I are separated and we share custody of Melissa, so I only have her every other weekend so I can spend as much time.
Yeah, I'm still like asking why you two are separated. Like, he seems like a pretty good father. He treats you well. Like, he's not abusive or anything like that. So why did you separate? Like, I was asking this question from the start. Why did you separate exactly? Anyway, let's
I'm
continue.
in the office as possible.
I'm happy to hear that, because we think of you as a rising star at the firm. And that's why I wanted to invite you to a getaway at my lake house this weekend. It's sort of a two-pronged celebration. We're going to celebrate your big win and also Alice's retirement.
She's retiring? Well, that's surprising. She seems to really love the work.
Oh, she does. But age catches up with all of us eventually, which is something that you wouldn't understand, being as young and fresh as you are.
Okay, I'm starting to get confused. Who exactly is Alice? Because I'm getting confused between the two. I don't think she's one of the top three, because BGP is supposed to be a shorter version of their names with only the initials, so it's not like Alice is one top of the big three, because A is not in the name. I like, the only thing that makes sense is her being a sales associate, and she didn't even look that old. Like, for example, with Miss Bishop, you can notice her age. You can notice that she is old, but with the associate, it seems like she's really young. You know what I mean? I really hope that I mistook Alice for the wrong person, because, like, how would age catch up to associate?
I'm grateful for the invite, I really am, and I'm sad to hear that Alice is leaving, but this is my one weekend with Melissa, and there's no...
I hope your daughter appreciates the time you're giving up to spend with her. It's not often we invite
Can't you just say can't she just take her daughter with her? It's not like Miss Bishop said no.
associate into our inner circle. Comes with a lot of perks, which I guess you'll just miss out on.
Wait, you know what? Actually, I'm sure my ex wouldn't mind having Melissa for a few extra days, and I owe it to Alice to...
Okay, so he's actually her ex. That has more and more context, but still, why? That's the big question. Why? He's a good father, and he treats you well. Why did you separate? Please answer the question. I really hope this isn't one of those that's a question that's on everyone's mind, but then never actually gets answered. Please answer that question,
be there for her
please.
retirement party, so...
Excellent. I'll have my assistant email you the details.
Great.
I have to ask, like, if she wanted to join this law firm from the start. Or, like, it's not like she wanted this law firm specifically, but still. Like, why would you have a kid if you're not even willing to commit? Because remember, like her ex said, she's been doing the whole once I do this thing for years before she even had Melissa. So, like, what? Why would you even want to have a family if you can't commit? Sounds like they're gonna answer, so let's continue.
Rachel, come in.
Whoa. This place is amazing. It's so cozy and full of heirlooms. The office has a much more modern decor.
I have many sides to my personality. Quite a few skeletons in my closet, so to speak.
Is it me, or do I feel like she means that literally? Considering the fact that they use black magic, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it turned out that there were actual skeletons in the closet. This is the type of thing where people use it like jokingly as a metaphor and stuff like that. But like with this storytelling so far, I wouldn't be surprised if there were actual skeletons in the closet. So, like genuinely.
Rachel, have a glass of wine.
No, thank you. I don't really drink.
Oh, please, have a glass with us. It's my retirement party after all.
Oh, it's hers. Yeah, I'm glad that I mistook Alice for someone else. Like I thought she was the associate. No, she's one of the big ones. Let me guess, Rachel is gonna replace her? Because honestly, that's the only thing that makes sense. I'm like, still. At least it turned out I was wrong.
Okay, maybe just one.
Okay, it's gotta be, like, it's gotta have some drug in it or something. Or am I overthinking this whole black magic thing? I feel like I'm really overthinking it. Anyway.
Yes, a little faster, dear. You have some catching up to do.
Okay.
Was not overthinking it at all now, was I? Anyway.
What is this? What's wrong? Virginia, it's exactly what we said it was, my dear. A retirement party for Alice.
She's retiring from her old body and stepping into a new one.
Yawn.
This took an even darker turn than I was ready for. But still, I don't understand. Where is the title? Young mom sells her soul for her dream job. I feel like this is gonna be clickbait because I don't care if it's close. She never sold her soul, so why would you name it like that? Why do I have a feeling that Dhar Mann would change the title after this? Because like this is starting to feel like it's clickbait. Anyway.
You're crazy. What are you talking about?
Crazy? Not at all, dear. It's actually quite simple. Our coven has been using this spell for hundreds of years. It helps us to stay young and gives us a new identity every 30 or 40 years, which is actually quite helpful, especially back in those pesky old days when they used to burn our kind at the stake.
You're insane! This isn't real. This isn't real.
You think that whistleblower just died by chance? Right before he testified?
That was you chaining in the office the night before? Oh my god.
Now she's getting the point.
You killed that man just to win a case? He had a family!
That wasn't the first time we've used black magic, and it won't be the last.
I'll give them this. It's like a great... What's the word? It's like a great way to explain how they actually know black magic, which is that they actually existed so far back that they existed at the times where their kinds were being burned at the stake. It's honestly a great way to explain how they actually know black magic is because these women are witches from back then. Honestly, a great way to explain how they know black magic. I'll give Dhar Mann that. Anyway.
It's so much easier than doing actual work.
You don't have to do this. I could join the coven and work at the firm. I just want to be one of you.
We haven't had a new member in 300 years, and we're not looking for one now. I was the original. I brought in each and every witch that we have. Our lives are bound together as one, so we're a little particular about adding new members.
It's one for all, and all for one.
It's nothing personal. You're just not one of us.
But what about Mary? She's new at the firm.
It's true that this body is new. but I've been a part of this coven for centuries.
Come, sisters. Let us prepare everything for the ritual. Dea nobiscum sit. Hanc Virginiam nos fagimus. This won't hurt a bit. We're simply going to switch your body with Alice's. You'll be in hers, and she'll be in yours. It's like slipping into a new dress.
You'll never get away with it. As soon as I'm in Alice's body, I'll run right to the police.
I'm sure you would, dear. But you won't have the chance.
Your time in Alice's old husk will be short-lived. To make the switch permanent, a sacrifice is required.
Thank you in advance for your sacrifice, dear. I'll be sure to watch over you.
You stay away from her!
Dea nobiscum sit. Hanc Virginiam nos fagimus.
I'll give them this. They actually didn't spend too much time monologuing. They only said the necessary parts and they immediately went to the spell. Because honestly, let's be honest, we all get tired when villagers keep monologuing instead of doing what they actually plan to do. So I'll give them this. They only saying the needed parts, like how the ritual is, what it's gonna do exactly, and stuff like that. And also a little bit of intimidation and scare factor, maybe. Anyways, let's continue.
Dea nobiscum sit. Hanc Virginiam nos fagimus.
It is power. It is magic. And more importantly, it is life, which you no longer will have to worry about.
Okay, I'll say something that I honestly hate. The fact that this is clickbait. This is clickbait. I can tell that by the remaining time in this video that this will not be fulfilled. This is straight up clickbait. Like, no, the mod didn't sell her soul. She never did. You know what I mean? It's like, this is straight up clickbait. Like, if it wasn't for the soul that sells her soul part, it would have been true. But like, this is straight up clickbait at this point. They're making the sound much more, what's the word? Much more extreme, I guess. I guess that would be the word. Something like that. Anyways.
Nos fagimus. Dea nobiscum sit. Hanc Virginiam nos fagimus.
Hey! She's getting away! Hey!
Where could she be? We have to find her now. We've started the bonding spell and we must fill our vessels with the essence of the amulet before...
Check the bedrooms. She could have climbed out a window.
She hasn't gone anywhere. I put a locking spell on the doors. Besides that, I can smell her.
You dumb no swearing, no swearing. Like, they're literally looking for you and you're breathing heavily. Like, this is the last situation where you'll want to breathe. And I'm not giving her the stress situation argument because guess what? I don't care how much stress you have. You should know in this scenario to breathe as quietly as possible. You're doing the opposite. Forget scent. They're gonna find you by the sound of your breathing. Like, are you kidding me? Anyway. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. I freaking knew it was real. I freaking knew it. Anyway.
Well, I did tell you about the skeletons.
Were you looking for somewhere to hide, my pretty?
It's so much more fun when they give us a challenge.
Come on, Rachel. We're friends. Now come here before I...
Hey! That's my face. You keep your claws to yourself.
Don't come any closer. Stay back or I'll break it all.
No, please don't. Not the broom or the grimoire.
It's just a grimoire and a broom. Nothing more than a piece of wood. We're living in the 21st century, Muffin. If we want to fly now, we fly private. Much easier on our hair. There, dear. We'll try and make this as easy as possible.
I heard this is pretty old and delicate. Should we give it a test?
Rachel! No! Give me the amulet!
Your lives are bound together as one, right? You know, I think I get it now.
The first time where this sentence is actually said literally.
This is power. This is magic.
I'm sorry, but why isn't anyone stepping in to take it from her? If this was happening in real life, those women would have went in to take it from her instantly, and she should have just broke it. Like, are you kidding me? Just break it. You're saying this? Like, I expected her to just break it after she said, "Why don't we test this?" Like, why talk like this? Just break it.
And this is life.
Tell you what. You said you wanted to join us? Maybe you're right.
On second thought, we could use some new blood.
Oh, really?
Sure, why not? Anyone that has the guts to stand up to us like this, you could be an asset.
Liar.
What do you say?
Okay. Oops.
I'm sorry, how is this open? Like, I think the lock was manual. It was never said that it was magic. Like, they said themselves that they live in the 21st century and they fly private. So what? So how would the lock not be manual? How was it just open? Anyway, let's continue.
I'll get it, Daddy. Mommy, what happened?
I'm so sorry, sweetheart. I was just trying to give us all a good life. I should have listened to you both. You are the most important thing in the world to me, Melissa. Not a job, not a paycheck, okay?
You're wearing my necklace.
Yeah. Of course, I promised I would. It saved my life.
I don't understand, Rach. Did something happen with your job?
We can talk about it later. But I won't be working there anymore. I love you both so much.
We love you too.
We love you too.
How about we finally go get that ice cream, huh? Yay! Can I borrow a hoodie? And maybe can we take your car? I think I'm gonna sell the Porsche.
Are you sure you don't mind being seen in my rust bucket?
Funny.
You're still raising my question more and more. Why did they separate in the first place? Like, she's calling him her ex and that they separated and all of that, but they love each other and all of that, so what's the... They're never gonna answer that, so why should I care?
Hey, boss. Is my new client here?
Listen, ma'am. I know I'm supposed to have the retainer already. It's just that my husband, when he abused me, he also emptied out all of our bank account, and now...
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure? I mean, I know how expensive a successful lawyer can be.
Well, it's a good thing this attorney measures success as not how much money you make, but how many people you help.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's start from the beginning.
I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say. First of all, they never explained a really big point. If her relationship with the dad is really great and they love each other, all of that, then why does she call him her ex and that they're separated? Like, why? Just why is that a thing? Like, they never actually explained this. Like, this is a very important thing. Why not explain it? But I'll give them this. Other than this one thing, they did everything else well. They did everything else well. First of all, why do these women know witchcraft? Simple. They're the witches from back in the day when they were being burned by the stake. Like, yeah, this was a pretty good explanation. Like, I'll be fully honest. The fact that I didn't need to play the card, which basically, to explain very shortly, is basically when I point out a big coincidence that's not a setup, by the way. I know that sometimes it can be a setup, where if the coincidence just didn't happen, the story would fall apart entirely. And trust me, these things happened before. It's not like it's super rare or anything. But like, yeah, I'll give them this. Other than that, one big question that I had, which is why these two were separated. This story is pretty good and explains everything pretty well. It doesn't depend on, what's the word? It doesn't depend on fantasy that much. It actually depends on real world stuff more than, fantasy. With how the witches were, changed it to new bodies and how they actually know black magic because they're from back then. It all makes sense. So, other than that one question, they did everything well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. On the left is my most recent video, on the right is a video YouTube recommends, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.